Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Mura and I will be teaching you the forehand and backhand throws in Ultimate Frisbee with a few bonus throws at the end. Alright, so we're going to be starting off with the backhand, the more common throw in Frisbee when you're starting off. So to hold the backhand, I like to grab the Frisbee with my non-dominant hand. My dominant hand is going to reach on top and then squeeze my fingers around the rim. As I do that, I want to keep in mind that I want the middle finger to kind of stand out a little bit, so that's going to give me some stability towards the middle of the Frisbee, and that pointer or index finger is going to kind of cup around the front of the rim. That's going to give me a good range of motion when I'm flicking the Frisbee. Your thumb, on the other hand, is going to be on some of these outer rings. So most Frisbees tend to have rings around the rim, and your thumb's going to rest on that. So this is going to give you a good range of motion when you are throwing the backhand throw in Frisbee, your Ultimate. So a couple common mistakes is that index finger. A lot of people like to take that index finger and just rest that on the brim of the Frisbee. So although that is comfortable for short passes, it kind of limits your range of motion, so you can't really get a good rotation of the Frisbee for a longer distance throw. So the backhand throw, you're going to be stepping at 45 degrees across your body and then rotating the trunk so that way you can get good power in behind when you rotate the Frisbee. And you're going to extend your arm out like you're drawing a sword, and then a flick of the wrist at the end to really give it that extra power to go the distance. So stepping across, rotation, arm extension, and flick. Alright, I'll show that again. Alright, full speed. And keep in mind that I'm keeping the Frisbee nice and level so that it would carry a good even distance. If I were to kind of curve the Frisbee, then it's going to be more difficult to throw it. Alright, other common mistakes. People tend to keep their non-dominant arm in the way, and that is a big cause of why they're kind of curving the Frisbee. So if you keep that arm up and out of the way and create like a little bit of roof for the Frisbee, then when you throw, it'll extend out nice and flat. So secondly, we will be going over the forehand flick. So to hold the forehand, you start with your dominant hand in the shape of like a gun. You're going to put your middle finger and index finger into the rim of the Frisbee, and the thumb is going to wrap around on the rings on top. And a key component is making sure that your ring finger and pinky finger are really pinching the rim of the Frisbee to maintain stability. Alright, so to throw the forehand throw, you're going to be turning your arm so that it's about 90 degrees. You want to make sure that you're keeping the Frisbee nice and flat as you throw it. And this is really all in the flick of the wrist. So most of your power is going to come from that. You can develop some arm motion into it, but primarily you want to start off focusing on the wrist motion. So we're going to 90 degrees, flick the wrist. You're going to be stepping out 45 degrees, so that way you can get around your opponent, and then flicking the Frisbee forward. And ideally you want to go same motion all at once, and you want to be releasing the Frisbee as your foot lands. So you'll be stepping and releasing. So we have the step forward, and then the flick of the wrist, making sure that that Frisbee is nice and flat to send it to our team. First bonus throw that we're going to start with is the thumb flick. Alright, so taking your hand similar to the forehand flick, if you just kind of wrap it so that the base of your palm and your thumb goes into the rim of the Frisbee on the inside, and then your fingertips are going to be just touching the outer rings around the Frisbee. So this is a nice option if you're having difficulty with the forehand throw. So same stepping motion. This kind of allows you to just kind of push off with your thumb and really kind of snap that down. So pushing off with the thumb, kind of flicking the Frisbee forward. Our second bonus throw is going to be what's known as the Scoober. So the Scoober is going to be the same grip as the forehand throw. So kind of making that gun into the inside of the rim, pinching with the outer fingers, and having the thumb on the rings. So a Scoober is a nice throw, so that if you have a defender that's defending your forehand throw, you can quickly flip it over like you're flipping a pancake. You're going to throw it similar to a backhand, but you're going to throw the Frisbee upside down with a forehand throw. So coming from our original forehand throw, flipping over and then tossing it upside down is known as the Scoober. Then our last and final bonus throw is known as the Statue of Liberty. So the Statue of Liberty, so if you have a strong defender who's kind of guarding either your forehand or your backhand throws, what you can do is, for a quick transition to another teammate, is the Statue of Liberty. So if you reach your hand up as high as you can reach, you're gonna have that same forehand flick. You want to try and make sure that you're keeping the Frisbee nice and flat, and it's just a simple flick. So this allows you to really get up tall above your opponent, then simply flick the Frisbee so that you can carry it about 5 to 10 yards to a nearby teammate. So a good quick transition pass when heavily defended. Here is a demonstration of the backhand throw. Forehand flick. Scoober, so faking the forehand, crossing over, and tossing it. The Statue of Liberty, also known as the soul flick, so standing nice and tall, keeping the Frisbee flat, and flicking it forward to a team. And that is all for today, so thank you so much for listening, and have fun playing Ultimate.